If you see big black ants and you keep stepping on them in your home and they keep coming back, well, you probably have a carpenter ant colony in your home. Generally, carpenter ants only nest and live in wet areas. So, you need to figure out what's leaking, what's condensating, what's wet, and where do you have a moisture problem in your home. You could start out by walking around the house and looking to see if you see carpenter ants on your home or entering your home, or even like walking on low voltage wiring, phone wires, and seeing if they're on gutters and downspouts to see if they're coming in and out. And sometimes you're lucky and you see this traffic. If you don't see it on the outside, look for moisture conditions that could cause leaks, like overflowing gutters, roof leaks, leaking windows. Another place you could look is in your basement, and you want to look for stains on ceiling tiles or stains on the floor. In this particular case, you could see that there were watermarks and stains on the floor of the basement. Additionally, if you look closely, you'll see a lot of dead carcasses or ant parts. Well, when you see a lot of dead carpenter ants or carpenter ants with wings, well, on that note, you got to know that they're in your house, and now we've got to find them because they probably are doing structural damage. In this particular case, the floor had a moisture stain that was wet. Well, we kind of had an idea that there was a foundation leak. We looked at the foundation and other places in the basement, and we did notice efflorescence. We noticed trees close to the home, and we noticed some mold and mildew on walls, and we've seen a horizontal crack. This pretty much tells us that we have tree root issues possibly blocking the drain tile, and we do have a moisture condition on the outside of our home, which is a whole nother problem. Anyways, we're going to continue on with the ant hunt. So we'll go back to the moisture stain, and we open up the ceiling tiles, and what we find is a band joist pocket with insulation. We remove the insulation, and sure enough, there's our carpenter ants, all alive and well, with all their little sacks. When you see this, generally in a home, it's not the main colony, it's a satellite, and they just happen to find a moisture source. Well, you need to solve the moisture problem, and you need to get rid of the ants. Now, they probably will not die off because they have another big colony, probably outside, underground, in some big tree stump, or somewhere else. Another thing you want to look for is also frass. And frass happens to be sawdust caused by carpenter ants. The difference between sawdust that you would see with powder post beetles, another wood-boring insect, is it's very fine, like talcum powder, and frass that's clean and shaven is usually carpenter bees, which is a whole nother wood-boring insect. You want to look at the frass, put it in your hand, and if you see little parts, black shiny parts, well, the carpenter ants push their dead out and their debris and mix it in with the frass. And this is how you can tell that these are carpenter ants. Plus, this frass used to be part of your house, right? So we need to solve our moisture problem, get rid of the ants, and keep the water from coming into our homes.